This is going to be the toughest fight of his career.
Shut up, relax.
The most embarrassing fight of his career.
Chair across your face.
Yeah, I think he's about to cry.
I'm definitely up for fighting. There's a lot of names in the division, for sure. But at the same time, look at what this creates as well. I'm a fighter and I understand that economics of business as well. And this does good business.
Are we really going to do this? Absolutely. Are we going to do this? For a record payday? To go in and spark Jake Paul before we start the serious stuff in 2026? Don't tell me what we should and what we shouldn't be doing.
Anthony Joshua has delivered a spine-tingling warning to Jake Paul, and this time it's far beyond casual smack talk. While Paul may view this matchup as his biggest cash grab yet, Joshua's team is openly stressing how dangerously lopsided this could become. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter, didn't sugarcoat anything, telling Paul to truly grasp the real risks, hinting that a single shot from AJ could be downright catastrophic. At the same time, former pro Moses Atama echoed the alarm, cautioning that sharing a ring with Joshua could expose Paul to very real injury threats.
Anthony Joshua should not get in the way of Fury and Joshua, really, in my view. It's an absolute joke. It shouldn't be sanctioned. I really don't believe it should be sanctioned. I have a sneaking suspicion that it would be a very big fight. But the biggest thing is us rubbernecking to actually see if they do get to the point where they step in the ring together. Because Jake Paul's an area level fighter, a British area level fighter, and Anthony Joshua is still a killer and a live heavyweight. That should not be sanctioned anywhere in the world, in my view.
It's dangerous, man.
Very dangerous.
It brings the sport into disrepute. The people that are talking about organising that, they should have a real hard look at themselves.
But even Eddie Hearn's kind of teasing he doesn't like it, but you can see the glitz
no, man.
of dollars.
There's no price. There is no price.
There shouldn't be.
There's absolutely no price
Agree with you.
on the planet in order to move.
Jake Paul stepping into a fight with Anthony Joshua isn't just a bold wager. It's, according to many specialists, a potential threat to his well-being. Boxing voices like Ariel Helwani have emphasized that Joshua's explosive power and deep experience could leave Paul badly exposed, with vicious knockouts being a genuine and frightening possibility.
Has been beaten 3 times. The 4 fighters that he beat didn't come to win. So he's not in his prime, is he? He's literally at the end of his career, pretty much finished. And this is why taking this fight with you is telling you all you need to know. It's a cash out. He might as well just cream as much money as he can at the end of his career, fighting an absolute joke show in clown world. When I beat Anthony Joshua, he says, every doubt disappears. Come on. I mean, if this is a straight up AJ versus Jake Paul, then we all know what should happen. This is a 1-round job because AJ, even though he's past his best, even though he's seen better days, he throws a nice 1-2 down the middle. He's got a nice bit of distance, and fake Paul can't fight. He just can't. I don't care what anybody tells me. He can't fucking fight. He lost to Tommy Fury, for crying out loud. You can't jump in with Anthony Joshua now and expect to get a result. So, like, nothing's going to no doubt's going to disappear.
Heavyweight prospect Moses even urged Paul to prioritize his health over the lure of a massive payday, warning that one miscalculated punch might leave lasting damage. Meanwhile, former champion Amir stated it plainly: Joshua could seriously hurt him. Brain trauma isn't off the table.
Joshua sparked him out in like 2 rounds. Really? Yeah, why do you look surprised when
I don't. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
Come on, bro, you're fighting like one of the best heavyweight fighters in the world against a YouTuber. Like, come on. Like, respect the sport of boxing. And if AJ has to go in there and show these influencers that, listen, you can't fuck about with boxing. You know what I mean? Someone's gonna get hurt badly, and this could be one of the first fights where a fighter gets hurt badly, because if you look at the size difference and the power difference, I mean, bro, there could be brain damages going on there. I mean, AJ could hurt him badly, you know.
When you look at Francis Ngannou, who's one of the most fearsome combat stars there is. I know it's MMA, but we saw what AJ did to Ngannou, so...
And that's why you can't be surprised if AJ is going to do the same to what's it called again?
For AJ, this fight goes far beyond financial motivation. He's facing immense pressure to deliver a decisive win to protect his legacy. Analysts like Johnny Nelson feel Joshua is stuck in a no-win scenario. If he struggles or fails to dominate Jake Paul, it may paint him as more of a businessman chasing easy money than a true top-tier fighter.
I do believe it because AJ's involved, and I think AJ'd struggle to he's going to take enough flack over this, but again, it's money talks. So I think AJ will struggle because it's an all-win situation. If he goes in there and Jake Paul lasted the distance, what does he tell you about AJ? Apart from he's just earned an extra 15 million quid. If he goes there and struggles with Jake Paul, then what to say about AJ? Your heydays are well and truly over. If he goes in there and knocks him out, then I'll say that's to be expected. So the glory, there's probably not much glory in it, apart from the haters of Jake Paul saying, right, I've got rid of this kid. I think it's very brave of Jake Paul. So now the problem child has got to believe this fight's actually happening. So now you've got our attention. So now you've got to back up the boast. It's not about, you're not playing tiddlywink. This is the only game you can't play. You can play football.
Nelson has also given a sharp breakdown of Jake Paul's boxing reputation. He praises Paul as a marketing mastermind who has built a monster brand, yet rejects the idea that Paul belongs among elite fighters. To Nelson, Paul is a solid, local-level boxer earning world champion-sized checks without ever going through the brutal path most professionals take. Paul didn't grow up in gyms or fight through the amateur system. He built fame online. Nelson believes Paul has brilliantly commercialized the sport, but when it comes to true high-skill elite competition, he still doubts Paul's authenticity.
Dubois is going to be 35 years of age. It's crazy what I'm about to ask you, but can Jake Paul really beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen, I give all credit. Everyone knows that. They get mad at me that I gave too much credit to Paul. Why? He's done a hell of a job to put himself in this position. He sold himself. He sold his dream. He took his dream. He took his idea. And he put it out there, and he made it happen. Give him credit for that. And he made it happen. And he took risk along the way. Yeah, he picked his spots. He's in the driver's seat. He gets to pick his spots. He's the one bringing the money. He's the one promoting. Yeah, he's the name. He made himself that, coming from where he came from, with all his followers and the whole thing, and just the uniqueness of what he was doing. But he has learned along the way. He's not a top guy yet. No, I don't know that he ever will be. He didn't have that amateur background and the things that you usually need to be a top guy. But he has improved. He is a work in progress. He is a guy that you got to give him credit that he's respected the sport. He went out.
Former champion Carl Froch agrees, arguing that fighting Paul could actually stain AJ's reputation, making it seem like he's drifting away from Hall of Fame greatness. At the same time, Joshua has repeatedly said that above all, his real legacy is walking away from the sport in good health.
Bunsen burner's lit, like I've said. He's cashing out. And fair play to him, he's cashing out. But to what detriment to his legacy? A lot, really. Because if this is going to be his last fight, fighting this clown show, I mean, it's not ideal, is it? It's no ideal way to go out. But people would argue, well, he's just taking the money and running. So you can't really argue with that. So that's it for another episode of Froch on Fire. I had to get my opinion out there because I know you've all been waiting for it. It's a shame, really. I'd like to see Anthony Joshua, actually, even though I don't believe he can do it. But when Eddie Hearn tells us that AJ is going to become a 3-time world champ, it'd be nice to see the rebuilding process and get back behind him. 1 or 2 easy fights and then go for a world title. And this could be one of the 2 easy fights. But I just think if you're going to jump in with fake Paul at this level, which is like I say, arguably a massive mismatch, it's no way to step towards or climb a ladder to get towards that world title. So this, for me, tells me that Anthony Joshua knows he's finished at any sort of elite level or world level. He won't be trying to go down the world title level anymore. This is just a cash out. So good luck to him. Fair play to him, but hopefully when he's finished this fight, he'll be honest with us and say, listen, I've milked it, I've creamed it, I've had an unbelievable touch at the end of my career. I mean, he's already had an outrageous touch, hasn't he, with the involvement of Saudi Arabia, and now he's just creaming it at the end. He's got fake Paul, which is which is massive. Great for AJ, fair play to him. Anybody would do the same at the end of the career he's had. You know, he's not an elite heavyweight, is he? He's never going to come back and become...
Yet Jake Paul insists he can beat Anthony Joshua, claiming he sees glaring weaknesses in AJ's recent outings. On his podcast, Paul launched straight into criticism, saying Joshua lacks a chin, lacks skill, and looks rigid. He believes AJ's knockout loss to Daniel Dubois highlighted fading durability, making now the ideal time to attack. In Paul's eyes, his unusual style, self-belief, and rising momentum give him a genuine chance in a fight most people view as unbelievably dangerous.
Is Jake Paul doing this? Well, I think it's because he genuinely believes there is a chance he can win this. I think he's calculated everything about Anthony Joshua's circumstances and he's gone, yeah, I actually think I can do this. I can leapfrog so many years of having to build and go through the ranks and do all that stuff by beating a shop-worn Anthony Joshua. And what are the factors in Jake Paul believing this? Well, it would be firstly that AJ received a loss in his most recent fight. Anthony Joshua's not been in the ring since September 2024, so over a year by the time him and Jake Paul get in the ring together. It will have been around 15 months. It was the manner of Joshua's loss where he looked terrible. He looked like a fighter that was well past his best. His timing wasn't there. He even looked a little bit chinny, dare I say. I mean, I still think he's got a good chin. The shot he took from Dubois was absolutely massive and would have knocked down many heavyweights. And he showed decent powers of recovery to get up and struggle through for as long as he did before his over-aggression and miscalculation with the type of shots he was using got him knocked out by Dubois. But if you're deluded enough like Jake Paul, then perhaps you look at that and go, he landed a massive right hand on Joshua's chin. Why can't I do the same? I believe myself to be a very big puncher. And it's that old saying, isn't it? You know, you shoot for the stars, you might at least land on the moon. And I think that's kind of why Jake Paul's maybe got to where he is in life, because he does have too much self-confidence. He does believe in himself. Well,
Paul says this showdown is his ultimate chance to silence every critic who has accused him of only picking undersized or washed-up opponents. By stepping in with Anthony Joshua, a real heavyweight and former world champion, he insists he's finally proving he belongs among top fighters. And if he beats Joshua, Paul claims all doubts vanish instantly. No one can deny me.
Fight a real boxer. They said, fight someone your size. They said, fight a world champion. We looked at a long list of supposed...
Teddy Atlas has a cautiously interested perspective on Joshua versus Paul. While he warns that Paul may be leaping far beyond his limits due to the enormous skill and experience gap, he doesn't dismiss the fight entirely. He highlights Joshua's recent knockout defeat and long period of inactivity, suggesting that lingering mental hurdles might make AJ vulnerable. Even though Atlas acknowledges Joshua is still the sharper, stronger puncher, he's intrigued enough to see which version of AJ steps into the ring.
Having said all of that, this might be a step too far. Now, when I say it, I'm also, I try to be responsible. I've been in this game 50 years, so I know where not to step, where you could twist an ankle, or worse, you could break a leg or fall down. When I say that with the understanding too that Joshua's coming off being knocked out. Joshua hasn't fought for a year, right? But it's about a year. And there's some ghost in his attic. There are. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's gotten rid of some of them, but I know that in the position of a fighter coming where he's coming from, there are ghosts in your attic. I don't know if those ghosts are still taking up space. I don't know if maybe there could be no better exorcism for those ghosts than fighting a Jake Paul. That might be just the exorcism you need to clear out the attic. I don't know. That's the problem. We don't know. That's the mystery part of this. That's what makes it so, it makes it two things at once. Intriguing and in some ways